Hi, I'm Roberto Marquez, and this is episode 2 of the onbeartoe lizard enclosure. Since the last time we met, more features have been added. Namely, we can have humidifier control, as well as readings from the Arduino sensor piped into the Raspberry Pi and displayed onto the web user interface. There's also a Javafx powered rich internet application that allows you to see the same sensor readings. More about that later. For now, I just kind of want to demonstrate how the Raspberry Pi is taking input from the Arduino sensors, and the PIR sensor still is giving us motion detection through the vine that moves. So the first thing that I want to show you is how I'm able to control the lizard enclosure through a web interface that's connected through Wi-Fi, and I can turn on the lights as well as the humidifier. You notice down there, and the noise got louder, I'm able to control whether the humidifier is on or off through a web interface. Same thing with the lights. So I'm going to turn everything back to a way that's more suitable for viewing, and I'll tell you about the next part later. In this section, I want to go over the features of the web interface for the onbeartoe lizard enclosure. First off, we have the dashboard, which lists currently a little bug in that the UV lights are on, but it shows a question mark. We also know that the humidifier is correct because we don't hear it nor see the light turned on the humidifier itself. But if I click it, we're on the on button, which only shows us the controls to be able to see the status but not actually turn them on or off. The sensors have the correct values though, which are 33.0, 90.4, and 84.1. On the control panel, that's where you can turn things on and off. So you can see right now that the this actually is not correct, but now we have everything correct in that the UV light are turned on. Now I can turn them off, turn them back on. Same thing with the humidifier. Turn them off, turn them on. Alright, so we know that that's in a consistent state. The other thing I want to show next is that the, actually let me go back to the control panel. Turn off the humidifier because it's making too much noise. So in the schedule portion of the web interface, you can see that this is the current schedule, which has the UV lights turning on at 6:30 and turning off at 1800 hours 55. And the parameters that sets whether it's on or off right here. Should I choose to edit this, I can make adjustments as necessary. Namely, say I want to wake up a little bit later, 45 minutes instead of 30 after 6. Shows me what the new thing is and what the old one was on the cron schedule. If I save this, it'll let me know that I have a new schedule on the confirmation. The next thing is that I want to show that I have sensor readings, and this is just an IDE sensor reading, and whether it's external temp, external humidity, or internal humidity, and then the final value. In the next segment, I would like to show how we get to have a Javafx rich internet application to show these sensor readings in a more visual way that allows, to see things on a graph or chart. In this section, I want to show how we're using an Arduino, a Raspberry Pi, and serial communication to send sensor data to the Raspberry Pi and display it in a rich internet application that is Javafx powered. Namely, we're using several different series in area chart, and we're building with the Netbeans IDE. So if you're familiar with Netbeans IDE, you know that this will start the application, and here comes the data. And on green we have external, on yellow we have internal temperatures, and for blue we have humidity. Every 3 seconds it's programmed to switch and give new data. Over here you'll notice that in the the standard output we're getting data, and it's reflecting over here every time a new piece of data comes in. These little RDs are coming from the Arduino as the milliseconds that have passed since the program started. I really hope you enjoyed this series and my submission.